What's up, family? Welcome to Blessed and Highly Flavored. Today we're making an easy shepherd's pie, and I think you're gonna like this one. Come on in with me and I'll show you how to make it. Alright, so here's what we're gonna need. Some tomato paste, some veal, Worcestershire sauce, green beans, oregano, thyme, rosemary, carrots, onions, salt and pepper, bay leaves, and this is what we're gonna need for the mashed potatoes. Some potatoes, butter, garlic, heavy cream, and some olive oil. And also we're going to need some Parmesan cheese and eggs and some beef broth. Alright, so first things first, let's go boil some water, add some salt to that, make sure that it's incorporated well. Alright, next thing we're going to do is take a stick of butter, let that melt down on very low heat, add about 20 garlic cloves and let that just chill on its own. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cut our potatoes. So we're going to kind of cut them uniformly and make sure that they're the same size so that they cook evenly. I kind of like to do it this way. Sometimes, I like to leave the skin on. Sometimes I don't, depends on how I feel. So yeah, anyway, so this is how I like to do it. Cut them in quarters and then quarters after that. Just like this. Alright. See how they're all the same size? Okay, next we're going to just cut our green beans, same thing. Want to cut them the same size so that they all cook evenly. You don't want to have some of them small and some of them huge, so about ½ an inch thick. Next we're going to go ahead and grate our onions. If you don't have a, what is this called, food processor, then you could just use a regular box grater. So we'll do our onions first, and then it just makes it really easy to use this thing. And then next we're going to go ahead and do our carrots. Excuse me. Alright, carrots done. And lastly, we have our garlic. It's about 6 garlic cloves. So the potatoes, for the mashed potatoes, are done. What technique I like to do is after they're done, go ahead and drain them and put them back in a hot pan so that all the other excess water can evaporate. You don't want like really watery, mushy mashed potatoes. Alright, so here we have our garlic and butter mixture. It kind of liquefies the garlic and it just makes it all that much better. So go ahead and just pour that over the mashed potatoes, and what we're going to do is just incorporate that really well and kind of mash everything in together. Next we have our heavy cream. Remember, we're adding salt and pepper to taste, so what you want to do is keep adding and then taste and then see how much more you need to put in. Always put a little bit at a time. You don't ever want to put too much because you can never subtract. You can always add. Now this step right here is just because we're making shepherd's pie. You don't want to do this when you're making regular mashed potatoes. The reason why we're adding egg and Parmesan cheese is to form a crust that will be on the shepherd's pie. But other than that, exclude the Parmesan and the eggs whenever you just want to make some really good mashed potatoes. Alright, so go ahead and add our Parmesan. And this is about a cup of Parmesan. And it gives not only flavor to the mashed potatoes, but it also helps with forming a crust. Alright, so that's good. And now we're going to start off with our meat mixture for our shepherd's pie. Go ahead and add some olive oil. And then now we're going to go ahead and add our grated vegetables, which are the carrots, the onions, and the garlic. Super disgusting. Alright, so now we've cooked down our vegetables for about 5 to 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and add our veal. This is 2 pounds of ground veal. You can find this at any supermarket. I like to use veal. Typically it's made with lamb, but I like to use veal. Alright, so let's go ahead and salt and pepper, and then we're going to add our 2 bay leaves, and then our herb mixture, which is the oregano, thyme, and rosemary. And again, with the salt and pepper, you want to do a little bit at a time because we're tasting here. We don't want to add too much. Alright, so next is our tomato paste. Let's go ahead and add about 2 tablespoons. Mix that really well. Next step, let's go ahead and add our green beans. Now we're going to go ahead and add a few dashes of Worcestershire sauce. I'd like to say about 2 tablespoons. Next we have our beef broth. We're putting about a cup of beef broth in this mixture here. Alright, now that we've made a final taste, let's go ahead and put our meat mixture at the bottom of the pan. So be careful, this is really hot. You want to make sure that everything is evened out, and you want to take out all the bay leaves that are still inside. Alright, now let's go ahead and add the final layer, which is the mashed potatoes. So you want to kind of portion them out evenly, obviously. You want to make sure you kind of dollop, like, you know, on different sides, so that you can, when you spread it out, it's all evened out. Make sense? I think so. Alright, so I'll go ahead and use a spatula to do this. It makes it much easier. Alright, now it's all evened out. Let's go ahead and pop this in the oven at 375 degrees for about 20 minutes. And at the end of the process, I like to cook it for under broil for about 10 minutes to make the crust just extra crispy on top. Alright, there you have it, shepherd's pie. I hope you like this recipe. Shoot me a comment, let me know if you like it or not. And thank you again for joining me on Blessed and Highly Flavored. Take care, and God bless.